Tired of chasing agents? It's time for them to come to you. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a magnetic personal brand that will have agents lining up at your door. Revenue share opportunity isn't just for top producers and influencers. It should be available to every agent. It's not about yachts and fancy cars. It's about that single parent that can finally afford braces for their kid. This is the Agent Attraction Lab. Because opportunity shouldn't be reserved for a select few. Hey there, welcome to the Agent Attraction Lab. This is Brandon DeVere. Pleasure to have you here. As always, hopefully you learned some things so far, and we are going to continue to roll into that. Today, I want to talk a little bit about branding. Now, it's not as overwhelming as it sounds. I'm not trying to tell you that you're going to have to rebrand and you're going to have to brand yourself as a creator or a recruiter, agent attractor, anything like that. But you kind of already have a brand. You may not believe that you do, but you do. And it may not be the brand that you're currently aware of. If you ever listen to or read Russell Brunson, he talks about creating an attractive character. It doesn't mean creating something fake or fictitious. It means creating an attractive character that people want to do business with because they know, like, and trust. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit today, so that you're able to do that. And maybe you're already doing it, but maybe you're not necessarily conscious about, maybe you'll be more on purpose with the things that you do. And I know typically you talk about brand, you're thinking logo, colors, slogan, sayings, all that stuff, marketing, all that stuff. It's not quite that in depth of what we're going to talk about, but it is about what you are portraying and what you want people to know about you, so they know, like, and trust and want to do business with you. Because the reality is that agents don't just join brokerages. Obviously, there's a component to the brokerage that you're at that they are wanting to join, and that is, there's benefits, there's features, all that stuff. It's all great, but for the most part, a lot of places have very similar things. So it's usually not just that. Just think of the brokerage itself as the operating system. Now, the operating system where you go plug into and do your business. But it's all the ancillary stuff, like the agents that they want to be around. They want to be a part of something. They don't feel like they're a part of something. It makes it very difficult for them to want to stay. I just had a conversation with the agent the other day at a current brokerage. Feels like she's forgotten about because it is a semi-cloud-based company. But that's what happens when you run into cloud-based brokerages, is you're going to run into that spot where it's a little bit more difficult to have people feel like they're a part of something, because it's not that day-to-day. You just don't go in, talk to somebody at the coffee or water cooler or whatever. So they're going to want to feel something. Now, here's your opportunity to create something that they feel attracted to or want to be a part of. So the reason that I say that you have a brand already, if you're posting on social, that's a great place to start your brand, but also be more intentional with it. If you're not already, people will want to join you for things that you may not even realize. For instance, I had an agent call me up and say, watch one of my videos. He saw the Marshall stack in the background, and he's a musician. He saw that, and he's like, this is my guy. I got to talk to him because we connect on different levels than just the brokerage. What can we talk about? Other things. Like, some people are going to want to connect on those other levels, and when they feel that they're a part of something like this, like guitar stuff, like music stuff, has nothing to do with real estate. But we do have a common ground that we can connect on, and people will like that. So let's say you're into collecting rocks or whatever it is, whatever you're interested in, make that a part of your brand. Make it as where people can see, if you're posting politically, you're creating a brand in whatever politics. I'm not saying not to, because I know a lot of people are like, well, you're gonna turn off half the people if you are political. I'm not political. I don't post any of that stuff, just because I'm not into it. But I can see, like, would you rather have 50% of the people that are really down for what you stand for and what you want to do and portray, or would you want to have 100% of the people that are kind of like, yeah, whatever, he's whatever? Like, you would be better off grabbing 30% of people. And that's why when your brand niches down to grab certain, like I said, rocks, like I'm sure there's some agents out there that have a collection of some sort that you could tap into, like baseball cards, trading cards. Like, those are crazy hot right now. Even pickleball, you get into that. That's your brand if you start narrowing down on that. So there are three main elements to starting your brand or creating that brand that people, the attractive character that people are going to want to listen to or hear or even partner with. So one is you got to be your visibility. If people don't know that you're there, they're not gonna know how to join you. So you're going to want to be consistent. And like I said, social media is a great place to start. If you can, listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, like, talks about content. Doesn't have to be perfect. Likely it never is. You don't need this massive production quality to get out there and get started. And remember, what this course is about, it's not about being like the top 1% of recruiters. It's things that you can do today in your business to just add a little bit more income by adding agents. Slowly, obviously if you want to go fast, you can go fast, but it doesn't need to be just that. So if you're out there constantly putting out content, you're gonna resonate with way more people than you think. The other thing is you're gonna want to create value. Create value however you can. A lot of times us agents, we've been kind of taught that always you got to go for the ask, go for the ask, go for the ask. I'm gonna bring up Gary Vee again because of his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. That is probably, if you just keep that in mind, your jabs are you just giving content, giving value, giving certain things. But then when you go for your right hook, that's when you're going for your ask. When you're consistently asking for things, it's very difficult. Sorry if I offend you with this, but one of my least favorite signatures or slogans on a business card is the best compliment I can receive is a referral. Again, it's an ask, right? So we're consistently asking and not providing enough value. So do your best to provide value. I'm not saying don't go for the ask. I'm just saying when you're going right hook, right hook, right hook, not only are you gonna get tired from it, so are the people around you, and your content and all that, your brand is going to be one of desperation, not one of, hey, I'm so positive about my abilities, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this content for free. I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this information, I'm going to educate you in this spot. And I think that education is gonna be a great position for you to get people to want to know more and want to work with you. And then the last one is going to be authenticity. And I'll follow up with a story on this to kind of round it out. But the authenticity that people want from you is they want to know that you can be trusted. They want to know that you're doing what's right by them. We've been burned. Like, how many times have we been burned in this industry by fly by night? Hey, here's leads. We're going to promise you this, promise you that, promise you this. We have an abnormal rate of not success, or whatever word I'm looking for, but a rate of people not, like a failure rate of people in this industry many times because they were promised something and they got there and it didn't happen. It happened to me. If you read my book, you'll hear the story. Shameless plug, the semi-retired real estate agent. That happened to me. I had somebody telling me they're gonna take me under my wing, gonna make 6 figures effortlessly, and we were gonna fly off into the sunset, and that was gonna be great. Shortened version of that story, I saw that guy 2 more times in my life. One of them was right after I got my license, and then the second time was about, 13, 14 years later, when I saw that he'd been arrested here in Las Vegas for owning an illegal car sales operation. So the point being is that, people want that authenticity. So if you are going to bring that authenticity, they will enjoy it. So be your authentic self. You will find the people. You don't have to appease to everyone, because you're not going to. And so one of the things, another item or another example of like brand building is there's a lot of people out there that will do a course or create a software, white label something, sell it, or give it away to people who join them. Those can be very lucrative, but for what we're talking about is I'm not that I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying, as you're building and you start to grow, just be authentic. Give your people what you're promising that you're going to give them. If you're going to tell them that you're going to give all this elaborate stuff and then you can't pull it off, then don't tell them that, because it's not gonna pan out. But there's plenty of agents out there making, recruiting, attracting a handful of agents that don't have all those things, but their brand is, they're visible, they're giving value, and they're being authentic. Those 3 things will get you a great core and great start of the agents that you're bringing over, because what's going to happen is that those people are going to then do the same, and they're going to attract those same kind of people. Right now, we see it as agents. For a lot of brokerages, I hear this all the time. Do you guys have leads? Do you guys have leads? Do you guys have leads? John Sheplack always says if they join you, the way that they join you, it's the same way that they'll leave you. So if I tell you that I'm going to give you 100 leads a month and you come join me, and then someone says they're going to give you 200 leads a month, you're going to leave me and go join them. So when you're bringing your authenticity, when you're being visible, you're bringing value to them, and you're staying authentic, people will want to stay with you. And I'll round this out with one last story here of how this can work out. So last year, put out started a journey that people could follow me to go from 600 agents to 0 back to 600. Within the first 30 days that I started that, people were following my journey, and I had 18 agents join within that first 30 days because they saw the authenticity. I was sharing just, hey, this is good times, this is bad times. It's not all great, because it's not. And if you can do that and share a type of journey, share something that people can resonate with, you're way ahead of the game. So just want to share that with you. And if you're ready to start getting your brand to work for you, get people to come in, again, I'm still getting calls from videos from a year ago. So I highly recommend video, and we'll talk about that much more throughout this course. But again, make sure that you are providing that value, staying authentic. And like I said, if you want people to want to start having your videos and your authenticity work for you and your brand work for you, click subscribe, send me a message, whatever you want to do, and I will see you on the next one.